the breaking news this morning. These two American servicemen who may have stopped a massacre on board a train in Europe, risking their own lives in the process.
Yeah, those two, along with two other passengers, leaping into action, taking down a heavily armed man who appears to have been planning a bloody rampage. Just look at how much ammo the gunman had with him when he was taken down.
And what's new this morning is that one of the servicemen in the hospital, but we're hearing from the other men who helped him stop that gunman in his tracks. And ABC's Jennifer Eccleston is following the overnight developments from London. Jennifer, good morning to you.
Good morning. This morning, one of those American heroes is undergoing hand surgery at a hospital in France. It was his quick thinking and courage that may have saved hundreds of lives.
Dude, I tried to shoot him.
An attack on a packed train from Amsterdam to Paris, foiled by quick-thinking American passengers. This video shot by a 22-year-old Army National Guardsman, Alex Scarlatos, moments after his friend, Airman Spencer Stone, tackled this man, identified by police as a 26-year-old Moroccan. Stone seen here with the bare back suffering a knife wound as he subdued the attacker. Bystanders rushing in to help tie the man up and secure the scene.
Yeah, dude, I'm still missing the handgun.
The two U.S. servicemen on vacation with a college friend stopping an attack authorities say could have been so much worse. The suspect arrested carrying an assault rifle, a knife, and close to a dozen additional cartridges. Overnight, Scarlatos, recently back from serving in Afghanistan, speaking out.
Spencer ran a good 10 meters to get to the guy, and we didn't know that his gun wasn't working or anything like that. Spencer just ran anyway, and if anybody would have gotten shot, it would have been Spencer for sure.
The attack happening Friday afternoon, traveling from Amsterdam to Paris, journeying 300 miles. As the train was passing Belgium, shots were reportedly fired. The gunman arrested with no lives lost and only two suffering non-life-threatening injuries.
Relief that nobody actually got killed, and it could have been a real carnage. There's no question about that.
The presidents of France and the United States both joining those American heroes' families in praising their courage and quick action.
We are both very proud of them.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful that everything turned out okay, really.
The French authorities are still not calling this terrorism, but local media reports the 26-year-old, now in custody, was known to security officials, and an anti-terror operation is currently underway. Cecilia?
So courageous. Jennifer, thank you. We turn now to the race for the White House. It is your voice, your vote. Massive crowds packing a football stadium in Alabama overnight to see not just Donald Trump, but his airplane too. The Donald promising the largest crowds of any candidate so far. But did he deliver? ABC's Tom Yamas on the campaign trail covering it all, and he joins us now from Mobile. Good morning, Tom.
Cecilia, good morning to you. It was definitely one of the biggest events of this campaign season. The entire stadium wasn't filled, but the estimates are somewhere between 25 and 30,000 people. Those numbers have not been confirmed yet, but this stadium was shaking with people. Some even came dressed as Donald Trump. Overnight, Republican frontrunner Donald Trump drawing a massive crowd in Mobile, Alabama.
I'd like to have the election tomorrow. I don't want to wait.
Before the event, outside the stadium, Trump supporters even wearing Donald wigs.
Today, America is changing. We as the citizens are taking it back.
This is something that's literally could change the course of history.
The crowd looking to the skies when the billionaire circled the stadium in his private jet. But later, this banner plane reminding the crowds Trump is not alone in this race.
Let's assume that somebody else becomes president. Wouldn't that be horrible? Wouldn't that be horrible?
Trump talking about Jeb Bush, who announced he's heading to the border on Monday. Bush believes he can beat Trump on immigration with real solutions.
There's a big difference between Donald Trump and me. I'm a proven conservative with a record. He isn't.
And he sent this video to voters in Alabama.
I cut taxes every year. He's proposed the largest tax increase in mankind's history, not just our own country's history.
Opponents aside, that didn't stop Trump from putting on quite the show.
You know, if it rains, I'll take off my hat and I'll prove. I'll prove once and for all that it's mine, okay?
Somewhat of a strange moment there. We do have some news from the other side. This morning, ABC News has confirmed that Hillary Clinton will leave her vacation in the Hamptons midweek to get back out on the campaign trail, introduce some policies, and likely take some very tough questions about her private email use that she dealt with government affairs while Secretary of State. Dan?
So much happening on both sides of this campaign. Thank you very much, Tom Yamas. Meanwhile, we move to the fact that investors all over America and all over the world, in fact, are licking their wounds this morning. The Dow plunging more than 530 points on Friday, ending one of the worst weeks in years. And ABC News chief business and economics correspondent Rebecca Jarvis is here. So, Rebecca, is there a real fear that this slide is only going to continue when the markets reopen on Monday morning?
There are certainly the signs there that it will continue here, Dan. And the big issue right now, there's two keys to what's happening. First off, fears of a global economic slowdown. And second of all, the Federal Reserve, for 6 years now, we've had 0% interest rates. That's about to change. And once interest rates start going up, the training wheels come off the economy. People start to pay more for their car loans, their mortgages, their credit cards. It gets more expensive. That could slow things down.
So worries about what's happening or will happen with interest rates, also worries about what's happening in China, of course. So there's a temptation, I think, when people see these numbers to get very worried.
Yes.
Put it in perspective for us.
Don't panic, first off. Anybody who tells you they know with certainty where the market's heading from here is trying to sell you something. But the bigger picture is what's so important. Over the last 5 years, the same stocks that have lost a lot of money in this last week are up 61%. Most people's 401ks, if you left your money there, you let it ride, it is doing a lot better than it was in the Great Recession.
Useful perspective. A lot of people say buy the dips, but thank you very much. We appreciate it.
It takes a big stomach to do that, but yes.
Right. And a big wallet, perhaps.
Yes.
Rebecca, thank you. We appreciate it. Cecilia, over to you.
Don't panic. Good advice.
Always.
Out west now to Washington, where fire crews are tackling those out-of-control wildfires. Resources stretched so thin, volunteers are now coming from abroad to help on those front lines. ABC's Candace Gibson joins us from Riverside, Washington, where thousands of homes are in the path of those flames.
This morning, incredible new video showing
like
how
not even a
quickly
note
the
on your
fires
desk.
in Washington spread. Winds gusting to 60 miles an hour, fanning the flames overnight. The fires in Washington scorching more than 800 square miles.
And I've seen the wind direction go 360 degrees in multiple locations.
Officials in Washington now employing an unprecedented tactic, forming a volunteer army to fight the fires. Butch Pierce answering the call for help.
After watching what the firefighters did to help us the other day, I mean, you cannot want to volunteer to help.
This weekend, fire crews from as far away as New Zealand and Australia joining the fight. This is also part of the firefighting effort, clearing all of this dry brush. One of those firefighters back there told me this is a perfect fuel for fires. This morning, firefighters hoping improving weather conditions this weekend will help their efforts in this ongoing battle against the flames. This morning, Washington state officials telling us up to 3,000 people answered their calls for volunteers. They'll be on the front lines within days. Dan?
Candace, thank you. So along with those hot, dry conditions in the American West, we're also tracking the first Atlantic hurricanes of the season, moving toward the Caribbean right now. Rob is on that story, as well as another tropical system threatening Hawaii. Rob, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan. At one point, this was a Category 3 storm, the strongest storm that we have seen in this part of the Atlantic in 5 years. It has weakened somewhat. It's about 700 miles east of the Caribbean islands. As a Category 2, we expect it to diminish in intensity. It's going to reach some drier air, some hostile winds, and it'll get into the northern island here. And they will take a weakening storm because they could really use the rain. So this could turn out to be a good scenario. What it does beyond that when it hits Puerto Rico and then Cuba, we really don't know. So the U.S. not quite out of this one yet. Speaking of the U.S., the 50th state under the gun here, Hawaii. This is Tropical Depression Kilo, weakened a little bit, but we expect some strengthening. It's got a lot of warm water to work with here. Could become at least a Category 1 storm towards the beginning of next week. And then notice the western islands, specifically Kauai, is getting into the cone of uncertainty there. So midweek to late week next week, Hawaii could be under the gun. We'll talk more about that throughout the program and the threat for severe weather here in the lower 48. Cecilia?
All right, Rob, thanks. We turn now to North Carolina and the white police officer on trial for killing an unarmed black man. A hung jury in that case has the victim's family outraged, and prosecutors must now decide if they will retry that officer. ABC's Lindsay Janis has more. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Cecilia. Good morning, Dan. That officer on trial for voluntary manslaughter after shooting this young man 10 times. Just before the court broke for lunch Friday, the judge asked the jury to give it one more try, but despite 4 days of deliberation, they were still deadlocked. This morning, Randall Carrick, the former police officer accused of gunning down an unarmed 24-year-old man, walking